Hello, welcome back to BB Horror Hour. If you're new here, please like and subscribe to our channel, BB Horror Hour. So today, instead of urban legends, I am focusing on another topic. Today's video is all about something called a curse. Many people believe that buildings, along with objects, and maybe even people are cursed. Let's hear some of the stories right here. Listen to the end to hear my own story that I want to tell you. Our first story takes us to Halifax, Nova Scotia on Robie Street. Here you will find a house that has quite a bit of history behind it. Looking at the records on this house, it was built in 1840. Its given name is the Caldwell Hill House. Henry Hill and William Caldwell were the ones who built this house. That is how the house got its name, was with their last names. One of the men who worked on this house also worked on a church which is no longer standing. Caldwell was also the first mayor of Halifax. This is considered one of the most haunted houses in Nova Scotia and definitely in Halifax. Along with the hauntings, this house is considered to be cursed. You see, the window in the front of this house, if you look at this picture closely, you will see that it is black. It is believed that one story is of a man peeking through the window and seeing witches on the veranda dancing. It is told that the witches seen him doing this and turned the window black. There's another story surrounding the house though. Along with the story that witches lived in this house is another story that is quite sad. Some people believe that a boy was shot through that window and it turned black in mourning. So what do you think? A lot of people seem to think that this house is cursed today. On a side note, this was the first Greek-style home that was built in the Halifax area. This house is listed as a historical home on the Historical Homes website. Anyway, I'll leave it up to you to decide what you think about this home, but if you talk to anyone in the area, they do believe it's cursed. Now here is one that my US watchers may know something about because of a show that came out on TV. This is the Oak Island Mystery. It is known worldwide as one of the biggest mysteries ever. Oak Island, also known as the Money Pit, is very strange. Oak Island is in Nova Scotia. If you are a Nova Scotian watching this that went to school in Nova Scotia, you would have learned about this. Here is a quick history lesson if you're not familiar with this story. Since the 1800s, people have been searching for the treasure of Oak Island. It is believed that all the secrets Oak Island holds also holds a very special treasure. It is believed that 7 men will die before the treasure is found. The Money Pit curse is something that you'll hear of when you're researching this place. In the late 1700s is when word of treasures and secrets were spreading around. It is believed that a famous pirate named Captain Kidd hid his treasure on this island. A man by the name of Daniel McGinnis was the first one to start exploring the island. He found a depression in the ground which was believed to be the hidden treasure. This is what kick-started the search for the Oak Island treasure. When he searched the area, he found that there were flagstones 2 feet below. Every 10 feet after that were platforms in between the levels. Every 10 feet there were also pink scrapes on the walls, almost to mark something important. When the group got to 90 feet, that's when they found a bunch of logs all stacked on top of one another. They found coconut fibers, along with stones that had markings on them. The group did face a dilemma though, when at 60 feet, the pit began to fill with water. This paper up above describes a map that they were trying to map out where the treasure might be. The curse that they talk about has included platforms collapsing and even tunnels filling up with water. The quest to find the treasure was hitting a dead end. Now we're going to get to the cursed part on top of the tunnels flooding and everything collapsing. A total of 6 men have died already. And if you think back to the beginning of this, what I said is they believed that 7 men would die before the treasure was found. The articles on this are really in depth, so if you would like to search it, just look up Oak Island, the mystery, or the money pit. In 2014, a group of explorers decided that they were going to do a TV show based around Oak Island. This is where my US followers may have seen it at some point. This show got a lot of coverage and it became very famous worldwide. The show is titled The Curse of Oak Island. Certain things in the money pit were discovered when this group came in, but there was nothing of big significance even to this day. Before I go on to the next story, this was one artifact that was found on the island. As you can see, there's a ruby of some sort in the middle, possibly gold. This was another piece of artifact that they found. It is definitely money. Not sure how much they found of it, but you can also look up online how many treasures they found on Oak Island so far. So, what do you think of the curse? Do you think the 7th person will die before the treasure is found, just like they said in the past? Oak Island is definitely an island of mysteries and sadness. And with that definitely comes a curse, and one of the biggest curse stories of Nova Scotia. So with Nova Scotia comes a lot of curses, such as farms, bridges, and these 2 stories that I just told you. These were my top 2, and that's why I put them on this channel. But if you look up Nova Scotia and curses, you will see quite a few. And some I don't want to mention on this page because I strongly believe in the curses myself, and those include not speaking about them. So I'm not going to do that. So please take a look, especially if you're not from this area, just to see how interesting Nova Scotia is and our big history. We are definitely known for our folklore, our fairy tales, and also our paranormal activity and our curses. So check out the research sometime. It's really interesting. Now, we're on to my story, which I said I would leave for the end. It has taken me a very long time to talk about this, but I think it needs to be talked about. A lot of people believe in buildings being the center of a curse, or objects being the center of a curse, and I have my own story to tell, finally, and I'm hoping it doesn't backfire. And I'm here to tell it. So our page started off as BB Abandoned Explore, and we explored areas all around Nova Scotia where we took pictures of abandoned buildings because that's our passion. There's something about historical homes and homes of the past that just hold a special place in my heart, and I wish I could fix every single one of them up. But anyway, that's what, gained our passion for creating an Instagram page. And now today we have switched over to YouTube, and this was kind of one of the reasons why we did that, just to take a different direction. But here we go. Here's my story. So there's one place as a kid that I used to drive past all the time when I was going to my aunt's cottage that is absolutely, in my opinion, gorgeous, and I was always drawn to it. In the summertime, the house used to sit abandoned and it's yellow, so you used to have the backdrop of all the dandelions in the field, and it was just so picturesque. So after I met my partner, we used to go around and take pictures of abandoned places and record all the history behind them because, again, that was our passion. And this was the one place that I wanted to go back to. It was always one place as a child that, as I said, I was just so drawn to. And you can look on our Instagram up on the page. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out just with the details I gave. This picture. And there's something in the picture that we did not notice before that we ended up taking, and we captured something. And I don't believe it's something that's good. I know a lot of people believe in coincidences and just, there's some things you can't explain, but this for sure was something that fueled a lot of pain in my life. And I truly believe that either the building is cursed or maybe the picture that we took is cursed. But anyway, I'll get into it. So we go back to this place and I stop and I take the picture, and I took quite a few pictures at that time. We went past some places on the road. There were some deer in the field. We had a beautiful backdrop. We seen some eagles. So we took a lot of nice pictures on our drive. So we finally get to this building and I ask him to pull over and I'm taking the picture. We never go in any building that we take pictures of because we just see it as a sign of respect. And especially in our area, like we have so many abandoned buildings that it's appropriate just to stay on the side of the road and take a picture of it and keep going, because then we're on to the next one. So anyway, long story short, we get there and I just felt sick that day. Even looking at the house, like it was a different feeling than when I used to drive past as a child. So anyway, we take the picture and we leave. And I posted it eventually to the page because we weren't on it all the time. We were working all the time and going places with our child, so we really didn't have enough time to be posting on our Instagram. So we posted this picture. And I didn't even look at it till I started to have the string of bad luck. It started from there. After that picture was taken, it was like the next week, just stuff started happening all the time and bad things. During that time, my health started to go downhill and we had a lot of issues going on, personal issues, which I won't describe here. When I say that we went through the shittiest time, we went through the absolute shittiest time during those next couple months. The next year after that was plagued by bad luck. So then there was the moment when I went to go back to my Instagram and post a picture that we took a couple of months later. Something in my head told me to go back and look at this picture, and I clicked on it, and I'm glad I did. Now, I grew up in a haunted home, so not too much like paranormal wise bothers me. But this picture really bothered me, and I felt that sick feeling when I looked back at the picture again. As I looked closer in the window of this picture, you can see the apparition of a little girl looking back out. Now, everybody has bad luck sometimes, but this was extreme. Like, it was non-stop for months and months and months. So do I believe that the picture is cursed? Well, absolutely. I was never one to really believe in like curses, but I believed in like superstition. But just the fact that we took this picture, we left it on Instagram, we didn't look back at it, and then we went back to it, it just kind of all made sense. So if you want to go see the picture, head over to our page. I urge with caution. I didn't post it to this page for obvious reasons because I do believe it's cursed. But anyway, the picture's on there if you want to see it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any superstitions that you follow or you believe in any curses in your area. I would like to know about it, so comment down below and please let us know. This is our Instagram page up above, and if you scroll down another section, the picture is in the middle. The figure is standing in the lower right window in the corner of the window, so you'll have to zoom in to see it. So sorry for not putting it here. Don't want to relive all that horror again. It was like for months we had a string of bad luck, and then right after that, when things started to calm down, it's like the next year was absolute hell. The next year, almost to the date, it was July 28th of 2021 is when I found out that I was sick. That picture was taken July 26th of 2020. My nan got sick that same year, and we just had a lot of issues going on, and I just can't help but think that this had something to do with it. Since then, I have driven past this house probably about a handful of times, and I just don't take pictures of it anymore. It just feels so different driving past it now. Anyway, thanks for listening in. And sorry this was a little bit long at the end. I just had to describe everything. And thanks for listening. Follow us, subscribe, and see you on the next one.